Hello, this is Terry.
Morning, Terry. All right, hope everybody reviewed their safety, and we'll go ahead and get started again. So welcome everybody again. We'll dive right into this. First thing on our agenda is to go over a little bit on our consortium website. We've been doing a little bit work on there as far as updating. I want to remind everybody to go to the forums, to use them. The best practices are all up there, and of course we are looking for feedback on any of the topics, and of course anything new that you would like to discuss up there. So feel free to use it. Check it often as you can to provide feedback. I know there's been some general discussion of late going on a little bit on there, so which is good. Hope to get more. As far as the buddy drive, we and Jeremy have been doing some work to the buddy drive. Loads here. Been trying to organize it a little bit, organize the best practices and everything for everybody so that they could easily find them. You can kind of see the folders here, what we were creating. And if you did not know, there's a sort up here at the top where last edit will show you anything, the most recent file that's been added. Trying to get it to go to default to the name so that we can use like a naming convention on here so that it would, the best practices and stuff would be at the top. Obviously, there's folders down here for meeting files, both for the face-to-face and the online presentation. The online presentations haven't really been going into this folder as they've been added to the YouTube channel because they've been recorded and stuff. So if you're looking for the online meetings or monthly meetings and stuff, they are on the YouTube channel. Everything should be up to date on there. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, we're still cleaning up, so there's some old files in here that me and Jeremy are trying to go through on this to get this cleaned up again, trying to get it a little bit easier for everybody to use. Let's see. Does anybody have any comments they'd like to make as far as the website is concerned? All right, nothing at that point. So going to the topics that we previously talked about, and most of this centers around our face-to-face meeting that occurred in St. Louis in April. Hope many of you were able to attend. If you weren't, sorry we missed you. There was a survey for those that did attend. There was a survey that was sent out. We ask that you fill that out as soon as you can. This is, again, just provides feedback to us so that we can make these face-to-faces better in ways that we need to improve if we need to improve. So again, ask that you guys fill that out for us. Want to talk a little bit about the face-to-face, get some feedback if anybody has some feedback, hopefully, that's on the call today about it. One of the topics that we wanted to discuss when that was new to the face-to-face meeting, this one was the Monday session. So kind of looking to see how many of you were able to attend the Monday session. I know I got in late, so I was unable to attend. But anybody out there that was to the Monday session, was it helpful? Should we continue this? Kind of ways to improve. So looking for some feedback on that. If anybody could like to chime in on that one out there.
I attended and it was, I enjoyed it. I was able to pick up several tips on how to work better.
Well, that was good. Anybody else out there was able to attend Monday? Does anybody, have any comments as far as would they like to see the Monday continue? And I know they talked a little bit for the October face-to-face of possibly continuing the Monday session if they can get rooms available. So kind of looking for feedback on that. If it is something that you would like to continue.
Hey, Josh, this is Tracy with Dominion Energy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What time are you guys thinking about having the Monday session? Because we missed it. And
so I know.
did it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I know that's one of the challenging parts because even me thinking about it, I'm here on the East Coast and coming all the way to the West Coast could be a little bit of a challenge. They are planning in the afternoon, kind of like what they did the last time around. It would kind of be like 2 to 4 is what they're looking at time frame. I don't know if that, I'm not sure if we can do it later. I don't think we really want to do it earlier than that, but that's what the thought is right now on it.
From 2 to 4. That might work for people from the East Coast because when we travel to, where's it going to be?
It's going to be in San Diego.
Yeah, so California, and
yep.
They're 3 hours behind us, right? So
yep.
We can maybe make that up in flight time.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure.
That's like at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah,
that might work.
Yeah, I haven't looked at flights, but that's the feeling for it. And again, it's kind of like an open right now as far as what the topics would be. So like, anybody has any ideas what they'd like to see, maybe in a Monday session, even kind of, in the next topic, to see, we talk about a little bit this about having 2 breakouts, novice and advanced for our inventor group, maybe, incorporating some of that on Monday, more for a novice or something. So open to ideas if anybody has anything out there.
Well, for the novice, it might be good to have maybe like a station set up with the mouse so that we can, people can get on and kind of manipulate, a file, a 3D file that has never used it or maybe has, a little bit of training. Just a thought.
No, it's definitely something that, we have to, talk to San Diego and see what kind of capabilities we have, but I'm sure somebody can bring a computer, and have this stuff loaded.
Just a local file. It doesn't have to be, something real.
There is the training files on the SDS help site that, if you have your own laptop, bring your own laptop, you could probably use those. But I think that's a great idea, Tracy. I'm very hands-on and visual when I try to learn anything.
Yeah, me too. And if we had something like that at the last face-to-face, then our team from Dominion, we could have sat down and in between, like on the breaks or something, we could have, maybe gone up and kind of play with it a little bit. I think we're supposed to have training in June, a week's worth of training, inventor training. So we should be better prepared when we come out there, if we're coming out there for the next meeting, face-to-face. Terry?
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely something that we can see about. What's any other thoughts of like about splitting up, as far as a whole thing for our next face-to-face, splitting it up to have more, I guess, more topics covered for novice, and maybe more topics centered around, advanced users. If we split the breakout, kind of split the group up, one group, in the novice, one group in for advanced users. If what's people's thoughts on possibly that, doing it that way versus what we have done in the past?
Well, I can think of pros and cons for both. It's good to have experience in with the novice, but then again, sometimes the experience need to focus on different topics. So I don't know what would be the best thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure on this. I mean, I was kind of thinking, if we go forward with the Monday session, that we would, maybe do that centered around for the novice, for the beginner, and then, mix, do a little bit of both, in with our regular session. Again, I know, like this past meeting, we did a lot of on the best practices. We didn't do any, a whole lot of discussion other than the stuff from SBS on anything outside of the best practices. So we could look for ideas on that stuff where we can include both something that might be, more novice related, and then something, where we can talk more advanced in the regular breakout session, but that everybody can be there for it. But I don't know that we want to split them out. I know that could be tough, that somebody wants to follow both, or get insight from both people, because that means two different people need to run those meetings, so that could be a little challenging. And obviously, if space isn't available too, could be a challenge on that. But so again, it was something that came up in the face-to-face meeting, so I wanted to get everybody's thoughts on it, and to see anybody have any other thoughts just in general on the face-to-face meeting, that they, pros, cons, stuff they like, stuff they didn't like, about it. Okay. I guess nobody had anything. We'll continue talking about, the upcoming October one, I'm sure, as we get closer and closer to it. Move into some of the stuff, new discussion. It's kind of going to go segue into the YouTube channel, but Steve's been posting some stuff up to the YouTube channel. He posted something on the vault setup example that he put up there. Again, the meeting notes from this meeting and stuff will get up on the YouTube channel. So I encourage everybody to go out there and look at it. Comment in the comment section. Also use the website. Couple things with the YouTube channel. Like you said before, the March meeting is up on there for all to view. We did try to record the face-to-face meeting, but the recording wasn't, the audio on it wasn't very good. It wasn't very clear on it. So we decided not to post it because it wouldn't be easy for anybody to really follow along with what was being said on the meeting. We did post the presentation, so some of the videos that were shown in the meeting are up there. Then the entire presentation for the meeting, the slides and everything, that is on the buddy drive of the consortium website. So if you missed it or want to go back, check something out, or just find out who gave what presentation, their information on it, that was on the presentation, that's all on the website. So again, Steve's been posting a lot of tips and tricks on the website, videos for everybody to check out. I hope people are finding them helpful. And as far as if you have anything out there that you'd like to post, any videos on the site that you want to do, or any ideas for something that you'd like to see, contact myself and Jeremy. We can definitely, between uploading them or work on maybe have, one of us could work on a video, or even talk to Steve. Maybe he can show something else out there. So just any feedback on anything that you'd like to see on that as well. Any comments about the YouTube channel? Anybody out there? Okay. So talk a little bit about our best practice documents. These first few that we have up here and stuff, all these were sent to the council to start reviewing. John, I don't know if he didn't get the email, misplaced the email for our last meeting, but we didn't get a chance to review these, so hopefully in the next meeting they will get reviewed and maybe approved, and we won't have to do any changes to them, but we'll see any feedback on there. If they do get approved, they will get put into the folder to correct. We now have like approved folder on the buddy drive to the consortium website. So that's really the only update on those that we have. Next batch are the kind of the current ones that we've been working on. I'm not going to go through these. I don't know if anybody out there has any updates as far as these go. Any traffic to the website, any feedback. So anybody out there that working on the best practices have an update for any of these that they'd like to go over quick or ask any information on? Okay, nothing. Hopefully we'll get these, if we get any feedback, we'll have to follow up with all our guys working on these. And hopefully this will be after we get the first batch approved, that we can wrap these up and get these up to the council for approval too. So I know that will be in the next couple months. We'll want to finish up these ones as well, get these approved. So kind of go over some of our new efforts that are going on that are a little bit more development. I'll kind of open it up to anybody. I see a couple of you guys on here. Would like to talk about any the new best practices that we got going on, if they have any updates, looking for feedback on something that they would like to discuss at this time.
Well, this is Terry, and I need to apologize to Steve and Dennis that I have not done any work on the best practice efforts, and it doesn't look like I'm going to have time in the future. So I'm going to have to back out and let them take over if they're willing.
Well, that'll probably work.
Good, thanks.
Not that I've gotten a whole lot done on it, but I should have some input in the next month or so.
Well, I appreciate that, and I know that you guys are working on on a daily basis, and I'm just not doing that anymore. I have a lot of different things going on, so I appreciate you taking over.
Sure.
sorry to hear that, Terry, but obviously, Terry was one of our big supporters to these best practices. Hopefully, for Steve and Mike, we can find some help for you guys if possible. Hopefully, it doesn't hamper it too hard. Terry backing out. Steve, it sounds like be all right. To talk to Mike and see. I don't see him on the call today about it, but yeah, go ahead.
Josh, yeah, so at the face-to-face meeting, I talked to Mike and Dennis Stewart had agreed to take the second for the model orientation. So I'm hoping that he'll be willing to take over the lead on that. Jeremy was supposed to change that, but you know how that goes sometimes.
Okay. I'll follow up with Jeremy on it, see if he talked to Dennis or, follow up with Dennis to see if he's willing and able to do that. Anybody else out there, on any of the best practices, or do you have anything as far as anybody new to talk about? Oh, Dennis did respond on the chat. So.
Thanks, Dennis.
Spell. Okay, keep in mind anything, that any ideas for future best practices. And again, there's forums set up for these best practices, and I'm sure the people that are running them would appreciate any feedback that you may have on them, or just even looking for more information out of them on that particular topic and stuff like that. Feel free to use the forum. As always, you can also get a hold of myself and Jeremy and stuff for any help on that if you have any trouble with the website getting out of there.
Is there any best practice
yeah.
set up yet for level of detail representations and maybe typical naming?
I know we were working with, I believe Richard had talked about all those level of detail, view representation, and position representation. I know I'm down here for about positional representation was started, and I think he had a video posted on the website about that, and I'll have to get with Richard to see, if we'd want to keep that as all as one best practice or split each one of those particular things up. But yeah, it has been something that's been talked about, and I believe there is a forum up on the website for that. But that is kind of like a new, or at least a new topic that is being discussed, and hopefully get turned into official best practice on those. So
I'd like the help on that one because I'm definitely dealing with that one right now.
crap.
Don't worry, Josh. I'm sure there's plenty of us that feel your pain in Word.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest of typer, and if you knew me, as far as spelling is not my strong point. So I'll fix it up
No
later.
comment on my part.
I'll fix it up later and send it out, but at least get it noted there on it. So anybody else have anything they'd best practice ideas work on? And I know a lot of people, when you throw out ideas, that we kind of ask if you want to take that over, but you don't have to. Just any thoughts on something that you'd appreciate somebody to look at, or discuss a little bit more detail on a particular topic.
What about steel generation drawings? That's probably another big one that a lot of people could probably benefit from.
You just like with content center, frame generator, just steel drawings in general?
Probably all of the above, because depending on the type of structure you end up generating, you might use frame generator. You might also need to modify content within content center to get correct descriptions, maybe to what you have. It's kind of a standard look and feel. So.
Yeah, I know we've kind of dabbled with both of those. I think we've gone the method more of the content center, where we've actually, I know the steel library is pretty good. We actually added, because a lot of our structures are aluminum, we actually added in an aluminum library for like the I-beams and stuff, because they are sized a little differently than the steel beams when it comes to doing.
I know for like some of the default descriptions, I've had to go in and create some iLogic to kind of rename them and use the content comments field to kind of get them formatted so that I'm not modifying the library through and through, but at least I can get the descriptions that I need to and pull out the links and modify things of that sort. So.
Yeah, we like I said, we actually added it up to Content Center. We created a whole section for like the aluminum I-beams and stuff in there for that purpose. So, but yeah, it's definitely a good thing we can open up a topic on it, best practice. Maybe even too, as far as we compare it as far as Content Center versus Frame Generator. What's pros and cons of using either or both and doing structures.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a good one. Anybody else have anything? No? Okay. So next on our agenda would be to discuss any workflows among fellow utilities. Anybody having any issues or hurdles at this time? Any enhancement suggestions that we can take back to SDS to maybe get them to work on that they'd like to see to the toolkit? Anything out there? Anybody having any trouble with anything that they'd like to discuss right now with the group?
Has anybody had issues with the dampening cable virtual part not coming in with a foot length? Any other time I've been updating my bus length, it just comes up with one unit instead of a foot linear length for my cables. So I've had to go in and modify that. It's kind of frustrating me a little bit. I re-downloaded the installation yesterday and had it installed. So.
I think we were losing there a little bit, Steve, there at the end. But he was asking if anybody's having any issues with the dampening cable with bus. I know I have not. I was just doing some bus work recently, but wasn't adding the cable quite yet, drawing the bus. But one And another fellow emailed me about his bus was coming in wrong. So I have to look at that a little bit.
Josh, it looks like Dennis has asked about the parts, SDS parts going into specified folders, if anybody's had trouble with that. And I know that is a big issue anytime that I'm working in SDS. They have tried to put in the settings where you can designate folders, but I have not been able to get that to work. I don't know if anybody else has.
Been kind of hit and miss for me. I think the bare cable will go in where it's supposed to, but the conduit sometimes doesn't. I don't know if it's just I don't have the settings quite set up right for my folder structure. But, and there's a few more that could probably be added to that as well.
Yes.
I haven't been doing a whole lot like with cables and conduits lately to see how it was working, so I have not seen it. So I can't provide anything else on that, but it's definitely something that we can ask those guys. This is the, by us, getting in there using some of these toolkits, more, and, we're going to be the ones that discover some of these bugs and issues. So, if anybody's experiencing anything, don't be hesitant to say anything to the group. We can go back to those guys and let them know, because it's the only way they're going to find out about some of these bugs is from us users.
And with the ground grid, I don't know if anybody's run into this, but if I have created a ground grid through SDS and then I have to change my foundation placement and change some of the existing grid, I have to regenerate the whole grid, and I don't like that.
So the grid's not updating your
I can't just update. I can't just, say, well, just generate this one grid element or segment. It does the whole grid, and that's a lot of extra parts. Then, parts that aren't being used and new parts, and it's very cumbersome. And maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know.
Hey Terry, this is Eugene Champion of Southern Company. Did you try and use that command where you go in and remove a grid segment and then add a grid segment in a different location?
Yes, I've tried that, but I still have to, I can draw it in the sketch, but then to make it a grid element, I have to recreate the whole grid is the only way I know to do it. Maybe I will look into that a little bit more. Does it work for you?
Well, I remember when we had the training, I haven't done that in production, but when we had the training, I went back through and I deleted one grid element and then I placed another one in a different location. The tools are in there to do that, but I haven't done it lately.
Okay.
So.
Well, it seems I can create the new grid element with a sketch on the sketch, but to actually
Aesthetically.
generate the element, I have to recreate the whole grid.
Okay.
That's the way it's worked for me. But, you know, I mean, I haven't tried it in, you know, a month, so I'm not sure if that's changed.
Okay.
So Josh, this is Tracy. Maybe we could add that to the conduit and grounding best practice or something, like how to do what Terry's talking about. Just a thought.
Or just, would you want to do something on like a best practice on just generating the ground grid? Would that be more suitable, you know, and how it's changed or how you go about changing? Well, I guess that yeah, we could split that out if want to. No, it's a good idea. Definitely something as hopefully, you know, get some feedback from SBS and, you know, see hopefully somebody out there has been playing around with it, knows a little more. Hopefully Steve Kaufman can help on that. I know we kind of tailor a little bit away from that because of our ground grid being more featured on a slope and everything, and the challenges with that here is kind of our work method right now on that. Anybody else have anything about workflow, troubles, hurdles, any of that stuff? Anybody have anything that's been working real well for them in their workflow, experiences that they've seen? So I'll move this kind of down with the feedback for SBS, and I'll get with Jeremy, see if he has anything when I talk to him probably next week. And we'll fire off an email to like Trevor and Steve and see if we can get some follow-up on some of these issues that we discussed today. So we're kind of flying through the agenda today. So the last thing kind of on here is a roundtable. So I'll just open it up to anybody that they have anything that we didn't discuss or would like to discuss it, add to the meeting. Anybody out there? I won't really go through the list, put everybody on the spot. So I'll just open it up to anybody like to chime in on anything. All right, well, I guess silence is everything. Nobody really has anything else they'd like to discuss at this point. So I guess we're going to end a little earlier today. I don't really have anything to add at this time of the week it went over. So hope everybody has a good rest of their day, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Josh. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Josh?
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, I'm
Vic
sorry.
McGuy. Yeah, sorry. This is Vic McGuy. I'm trying to get hold of Jared. Is he around today?
I don't know if he's on the call or not.
Would you happen to have his actual phone number, his cell, or his direct line?
I don't know if I do or not.
Will it be posted probably on the consortium, the PC?
Yeah, it might be up there. If not, shoot Jeremy an email. He might have it. If I don't, because I know I don't have all the content.
No worries.
Yeah, everybody's contact information.
Okay, no worries. All right, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Yep, not a problem. Thank you.
Bye.